Hello guys, welcome back. This is Leetcode 380. Again, this problem is asked by many companies, guys. You can see that in last 3 months, last 6 months. Okay, very frequently asked interview question, by the way. And this question is actually very interesting. The reason being, this concept is used in many enterprise level products also. Okay, so what is this? So we are asked to create a randomized set. Inserts method inserts an item val into the set if not present. Okay, remove method removes an item val from the set if present. Get random returns a random element from the current set of elements. Each element must have the same probability of being returned. Okay, you must implement the functions such that each function works in average O of one time complexity. This is actually the important requirement for this design. O of one time complexity, insert, remove, and get random. Okay, let me tell you an important concept which is hidden inside this particular problem. It talks about same probability, guys. Many problems in Leetcode, when they talk about same probability, remember that you have to use a random method. Okay, okay, why will we use a random method here? Because random method will provide you a index which will fall inside the range of n size list. Okay, so 0 to n minus 1. Okay, which is what we want actually, right? So use a random method, get an index, and directly you can actually access an element in the list. That's why we also use a list. Okay, but again, they are talking about every method here, insert, remove, and get random, everything in O of 1. When they are talking about O of 1, you know that you can actually use a map. Okay, so this particular design needs two data structure, map and a list. Okay, that's what we're going to do and solve this problem, guys. Okay, as you see, I have already written some of the code for this particular solution. I have taken a map and a list. Okay, map is dictionary and random class. Okay, random object I have created here. Okay, a dictionary, and when we insert, we check if it is already present in the map, then we will return false. If it is not, then what will we do? We will actually go and add that element to the list, and we will also add the index, okay, for the value that we are inserting in a map. Okay, so the goal here is to add the element always in the at the end of the list. So if I want to remove an element from the list, the time complexity is O of n, because we have to go one by one, check the value, compare the value, and then finally return the value and delete that value, right? Which is actually time complexity is O of n, linear time complexity. So to avoid that, what we can do, we can always insert the element at the end if it doesn't exist. Okay, that's what I have done here. Let's add val, which will always insert the value at the end, and I'm saving the index of for this particular value in my map. Okay, now let's go and see the get random method. In the get random method, as I said, we will use next int method, provide the size of the list, and it will give you a valid index within the range, and now return that element using the get method from the list. Okay, now the most important method here is remove. So first we will check whether the element exists or not. If it doesn't exist, then we cannot remove the element, so we'll return false. That's what I have done here. And now if the element exists, right, then what should we do? First we will get the index. Okay, let's get the index first. Okay, so int, I'll say index equal to dictionary dot get val, right? We will get the index from the dictionary. That's what we have done. You remember this, right? First, we'll get the index from the dictionary. Okay. And as we keep all the element, we insert every element in the end. So what will we do? We just have to swap the element with the last element and delete the last element. Now get the last element. So I'll say last element equal to what? List dot get list dot size minus one. This is my last element. Now what will I do? I have the index. I have the last element. Okay. I will override this index with the last element. Okay. So I'll say list dot set list dot set index the last element. Okay. Now I have the last element in the index location. Okay. Also, I will update the map, which is dict dot put. What we are doing with the dictionary, we are actually keeping the index as a value for the element. Okay. And right now in this particular index, what value we kept? Last element. So I'll say last element, then index. Okay. So I have overwritten the dictionary. I have overwritten the list with last element. Now I'll just go and delete the last element from the list and the dictionary. So I'll say list dot remove. Last element is what? List dot size minus one, and also dict dot remove the value. Okay. And finally return. Okay. Let's run this. Cool, accepted, submit. Fine. So what we learned from this session, guys, we should use a random object to get the random index from the list. We should use map, list, both together to achieve a randomized set, right? And we should always insert the element at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Until then, bye. Take care.